Never's called in to ask him about it, so we put him on speakerphone, and they had a whole kind of back and forth over whether he cooperated or not. I guess Max B's brother reached out to him and claimed he did, and saying that Max like cooperated on the girl, or that was involved in it, the stripper, or whatever.
I think we're hearing that Max B's as solid as they come. He did not cooperate, brother.
Max B, I sent you all the paperwork. No, I don't care about 1090. 1090 just a regular dude like everybody else. Paperwork. It's the detect.
What's your
Three reasons to buy from fragrance. One, they have thousands of authentic brand name scents to choose from. Two, fast shipping and bottles to pick on those.
I mean, I ain't see no paperwork, so I don't know, man. I know that's the new thing to, expose so-called rats, because I'm not gonna say Max be a rat, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I ain't see no paperwork. And I didn't see no paperwork, and if somebody do rat, I still want to mind my business. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of your business. You ain't telling me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's justifiable what you're doing because you're in the streets, but I just want to stay out the way, man. That's what I suggest to a lot of YNs coming up. Stay out the way. You know what I'm saying? Because it's crazy in prison. It's crazy in jail. And it's crazy in the streets. So I just stay out the way, man.
Well, look, take a look at this situation, just on a human level.
Yeah.
You're looking at 75 years. And you may have some involvement in it, but you're not the real perpetrator of the act. From what I understand with this particular situation was, all right, here we go, Tony Diego. Welcome back to Brad TV.
Back in the building, man. Back in the building.
Right. This is actually your 19th appearance on Vlad TV.
Shout out to everybody on Vlad TV and everybody that support me and so love. Love y'all. Very humble. Appreciate it.
Well, we got a lot to talk about today, but we first have to talk about this, because your man 50 Cent said you're taking too long to respond to Jim Jones.
Yeah, I agree. He was right, because I could have responded and said, "Yo, drop a pin, link up. We both could die," or I could have said, "Or I got a bigger house than you, or got more money than you." So sometimes, like when I realize the hate is better for me. So first of all, I want to shout out Jomo for the promo. I want to shout out Memphis Bleak and Nori, because Nori is pushing Memphis Bleak. I want to shout out Academics, Adam 22. Vlad TV, Hassan Campbell, Harlem Legend TV, China Brim, because it's promo to me. It doesn't matter. It was good promo. Like, I appreciate it. I like when lies turn into likes. It's all good. I'm not going to go back and forth on the internet to leave anybody, the trail, the feds, anybody, anything on this shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm not. I don't get on the internet, Vlad. I don't do that. So I'm not going to say anything. I just hey, yo, look, 3, 4 in the morning, Nori's texting me, yo, keep the peace. Because niggas know she can get ugly, but I just be chilling. I don't want to catch a tag stone case and nothing like that. But what I'm saying to you is, like, when people seeing you level up, they got evil eyes. That's why I pray every night to God. That's just evil eyes. G-Unit always been the bad guys. Now you got to go to your favorite TV shows, 50 Action TV, whatever it is, and you see G-Unit. You know what I mean? Imagine if 50 and Banks was back cool, and we said, we're going to do a mixtape tour. We would take over the world. You know what I'm saying? And that's me humbly saying that, because, we had Eminem and Dr. Dre, and we went worldwide. There's not a lot of groups in New York City that went worldwide. And there's a lot of people in New York City that did go worldwide. But as for what G-Unit did, we always going to be the most hated. So as for Jimmy talking to me, I mean, I look at that as crazy, because you saying you better than Nas. I don't know who's smoking coke or sniffing coke here, me or you. You know what I'm saying? And like, I just don't like to talk. But the hate, you need the hate, because the hate is good motivation. I needed that. My Shannon Sharp interview numbers went up. My numbers keep going up. Because if you look at the analytics, When people when they talked about me, the numbers went up. You trying to push a podcast. So I understand. You know what I'm saying? 50 a different animal. He just like to,
I am very picky when it comes to subscriptions. I like to think I keep up with them pretty well, but once I downloaded Rocket Money, they let me know I have been paying for not just a subscription to a streaming service I don't use anymore, but 2 subscriptions to a streaming service I don't use anymore. 2 separate subscriptions for one singular me. They were able to help me cancel both of those subscriptions with just a couple little taps on my phone. Rocket Money can help you save more, not just by helping cancel subscriptions, but can help you create custom budgets and manage your money in a condensed, less anxiety-inducing way without you having to sit down and sit through every single transaction you have every single month. Rocket Money organizes your spending into categories and lets you know exactly how much is going into each one, which is really nice until you realize you've spent $75 on
Video game currency.
in February alone. I'm going to pretend I didn't see that. If you want to check them out, you can click the link in the description to get started for free or unlock even more features with premium.
You know, I used to hate to admit this, but now that it's been 3.5 years, my tables have kind of turned. And that's the taboo fact that my life is significantly better without drinking. Now all my friends and family just know, love, and accept that this is my norm. But it wasn't always that case, and it's not always that case when I meet new people. There are 3 questions that I regularly get since going alcohol-free. Number 1, why? For me, alcohol is making my life go boom. But if you get asked that, you can answer it however you want to. Or you could just say, it's none of your business. Second most asked question, when are you going to drink again? My best answer for that? I'm taking this one day at a time, baby, and now we're at 3.5 years. And my third most asked question is, what do you drink now instead? One of my favorites is Hype, the functional seltzer with adaptogens and nootropics, so it helps you calm down or feel a little something. The Acctivated is feeling the flow. Ooh, I love that. It's the perfect drink for relaxing after work or getting ready for a night out. They're fruity, refreshing, and have 4 amazing flavors. Cheers.
and it might could be with the Cameron and 50 thing with the paid in full. You know what I'm saying? But I'm doing big things. Like 50 got the Gilgo story killer, the Gilgo killer, serial killer. I brought that story to 50 with my lawyer, Bob Macedonia. I'm doing big things behind the scenes, man. I'm opening the dispensary. Shout to Indoor, shout to Strain Gang, shout to Styles P, Strain for Life in Harlem. Me and Murder opening a dispensary in Queens right now. So I ain't really worried about that. I don't worry about how they talk. To me, that was like it was promo. Nori know what he was doing. Nori's cool. That's my guy. But when I did Shannon Sharp, you sent Memphis Bleak to do Shannon Sharp. When I don't talk about these dudes, it's crickets for them. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I wasn't worried about it. That's why Nori texted me 4 in the morning. It was like, keep everything in peace when niggas talk crazy like that. Half of the niggas we beef with wasn't even rappers. So why would I worry about a rapper? Half of the niggas had problems with street niggas. Half of the dudes we had beef with or problems with was really street niggas. I don't really worry about rappers. You know what I'm saying? I'm never worried about the rapper. I'm worried about the stupid nigga in your entourage that's ready to crash out. You know what I'm saying? But that shit costs lawyer money and bail money and all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? I know it can get real. So for me, I don't worry. I let niggas talk because niggas know they see me on YouTube and I'm doing the numbers. Thanks, Vlad. Appreciate you. I'm opening the dispensary right now. Shout out to the Strain Gang. You know what I mean? Shout out to Uncle Murder. We doing big things. You know what I'm saying? Might even open something down in Shreveport because 50 taking that over. Because it's legal certain parts down there. I forgot. I got to figure the laws out. But we doing big things. I'm bringing movies to 50. I'm not bringing them bullshit bootleg movies. I bring them the Gilgo serial killer. Shout out to Bob Macedonia, my lawyer. That's the type of shit I'm bringing to 50. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing big business over here, man. I ain't worried about these niggas. But if they want to do house wars, we could always do that. Like, I got nice property. We was buying houses when we was in our 20s. Cars, we could do that too. But I just don't brag and like to show anything because I like to just stay humble. I really don't care about that shit.
Well, what exactly was Memphis?
I think Bleak was more on a promo campaign funded by Nori. You know what I'm saying? I said the Jay-Z thing and I understand, but I looked at a standpoint where even Beanie Siegel came over there to our camp. You know what I'm saying? Who didn't want to be signed to G-Unit? Fab wanted to be signed to G-Unit. When I came home, they was talking about Kate Michelle and Olivia. Everybody wanted to be signed to G-Unit. At that time, and I got out of jail, but for me, I just feel like it was a promo campaign because what they're doing over there is really not taking off in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? And I don't care, you know what I'm saying? But
Ball, no
the
good.
first guess was Ja Rule.
GA,
Are
you
you
started
serious?
your career with the Knicks. What memories do you have from your time in New York?
Well, after winning the championship in college, it was great to play for a team in the NBA that had similar aspirations.
One thing I definitely underestimated about my bag is how useful all the accessories are. Without them, I think things with this closet with no size. They've got dividers, maybe buckets, chargers,
Master
Robinson.
Good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Baby process for the weekend and my team's games. So if you've got a ball bag, do yourself a favor.
Yeah, now we get to see the counterplay. How you respond is half the battle out there.
Well, what was Jimmy upset about? What did you say about Jimmy previously?
Started by Robinson.
Listen, I don't get on this internet and talk about nobody in no crazy way. I don't even know, and I don't give a fuck. You know why? Because while niggas is chilling in the streets and bodegas in the front of bodega, I'm in fucking Morocco eating smoked duck, nigga.
Unselfish.
You know what I'm saying? I'm fucking in Italy with Leonardo. This motherfucker owns so many clubs in Europe. Millionaires. I'm in rooms like that, so all that shit don't really matter to me. You know what I'm saying? You see my response, I ain't say nothing, but I was on that private jet. Right? Me murder. And 50 was joking around on the private jet. That's what he do. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just jealousy. It's always been everybody hates Gene within. And it's cool. You know what I'm saying? That's life. That's what it is. Nobody ever, I never like wanted to get accepted in the industry world because I know how we came in the game and I know rappers don't like each other anyway. You know what I'm saying? A lot of friends turn enemies, right? Think about it. Nigga and Tupac was cool, right?
Yeah, very much so.
NBA Youngboy and Dirk was cool, right?
Looking for a breather and
They had songs together. Yes, you don't know history. They was cool, right? Okay. The list goes on and on. You know what I'm saying? So it's like for me, I don't get caught up in the bullshit. When I just say I'm gonna keep it moving, you know what I'm saying? You know, and we just get into the money over here. My answer's being on a private jet, eating that smoked duck in Morocco. Oh shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of dudes like a Jim, they like when have you seen Memphis Bleak or Jim go on their own tour personally?
Well, I think Jim Jones has spot dates.
Okay, I'm talking about your own. Listen,
Jim has K shows. We're not gonna say that.
Okay, but where have you seen him and Memphis Bleak overseas anywhere? Me, I just did shows in the Swiss Alps. The Swiss fucking Alps. We not talking. These motherfuckers skiing in Vermont. I'm in the Swiss Alps. Like it's a whole different level. You know what I'm saying? So I just let motherfuckers hate because they see me on YouTube and they see me and you. I'm glad we doing numbers. Every interview I do numbers. So what do? You gotta attack the nigga that's doing numbers right now. Look, I did this shit with no publicists, no management. Me and Vlad TV sat down. We kicked it, and the people love what I said. Shit went viral. Niggas turned to a meme. I love all that love. I give all that love. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I just stay humble. And I always win. That's the crazy shit. Dispensary opening Queens. Like, I always win. That's the thing for me. I'm always going to win because sometimes when you stay humble, I used to be that, yo, drop a pin, we can link, we can both die. Why? We was all young at the time when we doing that shit. You know what I mean? Fifth, he got so much money that he's just having fun. You know what I'm saying? So he can say whatever he wants. Man, why you say? I don't really be thinking about that. Like half the time I'm focused on what I'm doing. And then I need niggas to hate because it motivates me. I think a lot of people love that. The hate just motivates you. Like I'm back pushing a pen. I'm back pushing the pen. So we can go song for song too. We can do that too. Like it don't matter to me. It can go either which way. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna go on here and just spaz out for no reason. But you know what niggas doing. When a nigga say he better than us, you know he was trouble. We knew what he was doing when he went up there and said some shit to Jim. You know what he was doing. He gotta promote whatever he's doing. That was it. He was viral for blood today. I ain't say that, but if I went back and forth then, they would have went back and forth and it would make them go viral. So I kind of know how to play the game. You know how it is. What did you always tell me, bro? You love when people hate more. You embrace the hate. You embrace the hate because the hate spread more. I could have found a cure to cancer. I wouldn't have been on academics. I wouldn't have. I would have been on L22. I would have been on all these websites. But it's cool. It's still promo for me. Shannon Sharp numbers went up. You know, I'm excited. I'm still on the jet. I'm still getting money. Like, it don't matter.
Stop trolling if you're seeing this, but I think it's trying to stop being
Swat track.
And they've done well at taking advantage of defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Talk about timing. That lead pass was right on cue.
This year, Tory Lane's agency claimed they found the evidence needed to get him out of prison. The California courts revoked Tory's convictions. They could prove his innocence. They held a press conference and promised Tory would be innocent. They really would have all been filed an appeal and were preparing to file a motion for the party to introduce the evidence. This press conference went viral. This lead seems so confident in the evidence. The people saw this really helping the truth in front of the video. But that months later, there was a bad Saturday. After August, Tory's legal motion to introduce the evidence was rejected by the courts. This was a massive blow to Tory's defense. But there is still hope as Tory's initial appeal was still pending. But sadly, just a few days back, Tory got brought to a police. His appeal was sadly rejected. Ending his fight for freedom. Now, he must finish the remainder of his 10-year sentence for a crime he says
has that terrific basketball instinct on display.
And we've got more. It became apparent that the judge seemed to have made up his mind before even listening to the reasons for his appeal. Making it seem more obvious than ever that there's a conspiracy behind Tory's takedown. Hey guys, I hope all is well. Welcome back to The Truth Is, where I got new videos exposing the truth lately. In today's episode, we will be talking about Tory Lane's appeal being rejected, why exactly did they choose to reject it, and we will also get into Tory's last possible opportunity for freedom. Let's go with the truth. For the last few years, the Bucks watched as Tory Lane at his head since Tory Lane declared his innocence and promised the world the good truth. Honestly, this case wasn't true he didn't do it. However, when it came to the trial, things didn't go as he had hoped for. It seemed like it was all over. He was found guilty and sentenced to 10 years in incarcerated prison. His supporters were devastated as they thought Tory was truly innocent, something that even after he was found guilty, he continued to insist on. The very time Tory was serving his sentence, he was vocal about proving his innocence and getting out of prison. It wasn't until a few months after his conviction that state team started playing games. Tory Lane's agency filed an appeal of his conviction around March 29, 2023, a few months after he was found guilty in December. His legal team argued that he deserved a new trial due to the first trial included with errors. His lawyers argued that the trial judge should have not allowed certain evidence in front of the jury, such as questions posed to Megan Thee Stallion during the testimony. They also argued against the discussion of his tattoos and an audio recording of Kelsey that was a key witness in the trial interview. His defense team also argued that the prosecution presented misleading DNA evidence. They argued that Tory's DNA was not found in the DNA, and the conclusive findings of the document itself should have been presented differently to the reason of the trial. His team also alleged that the prosecutors engaged in misconduct and that the jury was properly instructed on the charges. Also, he was going to testify in his own defense as unfairly discouraged as possible, and his song lyrics and other potentially damaging evidence may be used against him during cross-examination. Democrat Tory made strong judgments to the record of appeal. He showed proof that the prosecution is operating in good faith. Democrat praised two witnesses and making a clear point that both in the evidence to justify that, but the actual
Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Thanks, guys. Well, before games, Jared Allen makes a point of fist bumping and connecting, not just with the teammates and coaches, but team staff, security, ball boys. He said it's showing everybody love. They're all a part of it. I'm getting them hyped for the game, and it gets me going, too. Kevin, back to you.
All about that connection. All right, Allie, thanks a lot. The free throw drops for Towns.
Well, when your big can contribute from the line like Towns, you gotta like your chances.
No good on the
The
second free
Knicks
throw.
needed to advocates held the
Well, he's
press
got to be
conference to present a
disappointed
new
that he wasn't
statement to the
able to
custody
take the
of his
lead,
bodyguard,
but at
pleading
least
an
he
illegal
evened
admit
things
to
up.
shooting against the stand in the
Oh,
sun.
no good.
And in July 2025, the statement from the bodyguard was officially submitted to the court as part
We're
of the
just over
habeas
2.5
corpus
minutes
petition.
into the second.
Now, all Tory have to do is wait until the courts make up their minds. Many of Tory supporters and people who just believe in a fair trial hope that at minimum, this would lead to a retrial. But it wouldn't take long for the black news to start. Just 1 month later, on August 12, 2025, the California Courts of Appeals denied 2 petitions for a new evidentiary hearing for a new trial, bringing the claim did not qualify for the habeas relief. The court found the new evidence was not credible and did not support a claim of actual innocence, and the arguments could not have been raised during the initial trial and appeal. The court specifically stated that Lane's claims about new DNA testimony were inconclusive and didn't change the outcome, and that evidence from witnesses at the trial of Deshaun Smith was inadmissible because he wasn't allowed to testify at trial. Just like that, Tory's attempts to argue the as they believe this evidence that was critical and valuable to the trial was completely rejected. While this was a disappointment, it wasn't the end for Tory's fight for freedom. As even though this was rejected, he still had his initial appeal pending. But sadly, just a few days back, Tory got the news that his first appeal was unfortunately rejected. On August 12, 2025, Tory's appeal was rejected because a California appellate court found no prejudicial error in the original trial and determined that there was sufficient evidence to support the jury's guilty verdict. The court ruled that mistakes made during the trial changed the outcome. The judge rejected all of Tory's legal points for the appeal. For example,
Got the lead up to 3 now.
Then it's like having a tracker that will stop.
Well, his rebounding is such a boost for his team, especially
It's so lightweight, double available, and your skin is still protected things. Everything you need is within reach. It just makes sense. Having the ability to put in a knee pad into your hands, it's like an actual game changer. But they work really it's hard.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one on Nance.
And there is a lot to like about Jalen Brunson's game. He pays attention to the details.
Second round pick back in 2018. Stardom wasn't expected for Jalen Brunson, but he's always been a winner.
And Instagram posts from references to his tattoos to be presented to the jury. As it is to the jury court, the appeals court dismissed these claims, the judges finding that even if there were errors in admitting evidence, they were honest in dividing out the verdict. Now this is insane when you think about it. The judges are pretty much saying that the truth doesn't matter, saying that even if the prosecution had followed the judicial rule and not presented misleading evidence, Tory would have still been found guilty. How does that make sense then? The judge is literally saying that the prosecution would have won even if they didn't cheat. They're showing the fact that the prosecution cheated even enough reason for Tory to get a new fair trial. According to the judge, it doesn't they cheated. Because even if Tory would have been found guilty no matter what, Tory's lawyers also brought up that the jury was not given the correct instructions regarding the charges before considering the verdict. But the appeals court also rejected this argument. And Tory's lawyers argued that there was not enough evidence to prove Tory was the shooter. The appeals court once again disagreed, noting that Michael Muscatell's testimony was more than sufficient to support the jury's finding that Lane's personally inflicted great bodily injury. Think about it. The judge literally said it doesn't matter. There's no DNA proof to prove Tory shot Meg. As according to the judge, Tory did it because Megan said so. He doesn't have any concrete DNA proof. Megan's words that Tory's defense brought up the sentence even after the crime, calling it excessive. The judge also denied this, stating that Tory deserved it 10 years. In my opinion, I don't think Tory never had a fair chance at winning this appeal. I believe those judges were already convinced not because they were guilty, but because of those who are behind Tory's statement. This is why they rejected all this evidence without giving it a fair chance. Tory deserved a second trial. When things are done right, we are talking about 10 years of a person's life here. There should be no room for errors that are small or big. The fact that the appeals court realized there wasn't and claimed they were too small to alter the trial shows a bias in my opinion. We all know by this point that Rock Nation likely hasn't handled all of this. Considering there have been signs that Rock Nation has judges in their back pockets, I can't say I'm shocked about all of this. Ever since they got totally locked up, Rock Nation and Meg have been working hard to change the narrative. They've already did a bad job of hitting the line. You can find their fingerprints all over the situation. That's why since it happened, Megan and Rock Nation have been trying to rewrite the narrative. Megan knows people see through the lies and no longer support her because of it. So Megan, after everyone who was exposing her, also tried to silence her critics. She has targeted small bloggers accusing her of working for Tory, claiming they were paid to go there in the name and make Tory feel innocent. She ended up suing the small blogger Milagro in an attempt to silence her. She also went after media personality academics who didn't believe Tory shot her either. Now she is trying to force him to say Tory is guilty using the courts, forcing academics to attend a deposition where they had something to point at him, trying to intimidate him to give up his source that provided the information about the trial. Recently, Megan claimed that everyone was talking negatively about it as they paid Bob, telling her last remaining fan that everything is fake, and in reality, it's all too real. It seems that Megan hasn't realized that by getting Tory's grave, she dug her own grave too. While yes, she managed to get Tory arrested and possibly under this music career, she did the same thing to herself, as most of her fans turned on her because they saw how much of a liar she is. Her music career is failing, and she lost a lot of fans. By now, most people know she has been lying since this all started. She lied about being in a relationship with Tory. She lied about having Megan down, and she also lied about fighting her best friend Kelsey. The only time she wasn't lying was when she said this.
No luck that time either. Back to Shamet. For the lead. Pass the adversary. Second chance effort. Mans with the rebound.
He'll probably hear about that shot selection when he gets back to the bench. Maybe not their best option.
Left side, Porter. The shot's good from Nance. And the Cavaliers lead by 3.
And what I like about Nance Jr. is how he positions himself, knows his strengths on offense, and plays to them. You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets are always the result of that extra effort.
On the jam by Larry Nance.
And great job by Nance attacking at the rim. That's why you scout for effort players that do it consistently.
When he Tory proved there was a lot of inconsistencies with this trial, but he also proved that Rock Nation cleaned up the puppetries attached to this trial for a time. To this day, I think the most important thing Tory revealed was his very connection to Rock Nation. Like I mentioned before, Tory exposed his former lawyer Sean Hardy, and very possibly he alleged that Sean Hardy was sent in by Rock Nation to try to force him to take a plea deal. When Tory refused, Sean Hardy dropped him as a client during the middle of the trial, then went on to produce a TV show named after Jay-Z's album Reason of the Doubt. She then made every episode of the show after one of Jay-Z's songs, featuring Jay-Z's music all over the show, indicating that she would have to the appearance directly from Rock Nation. Here, this show is given to her possibly for what she did to Tory Lanez. If this isn't enough proof that Tory was targeted to you, then you're just choosing to be blind. While Tory's appeal was rejected, luckily for Tory, he still has another chance. He can now file his appeal with the Supreme Court, and they will have their conversation. But sadly, this could take years. Even Tory locks up behind bars when he waits. Based on where he's at, and there's a possibility.
Porter with the steal.
Here's thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook, boys.
Perfectly done. You're right. He put it on a platter for him. Here's Clarkson. And so it's Cleveland.
Trash.
Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They're pounding the
trash. Fourth quarter is going to be your worst nightmare.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. The Cavaliers leading by 9. Merrill.
Full disclosure, this video took out ghetto and edited. NBA to snipe this video as well, but things we don't talk about.
Bridges outside.
Alright, let's get into this video. And first thing I notice is Draymond Green doing them sort of a fan, especially a fan that's bigger than find the 3 fans in the crowd that made me bigger than you. Nice. Look, my man at the bottom smiling. He likes it. Let's go. Very much. He's like,
And that one's good.
I just called you off. You remind me of somebody. And the referee
to choose from. Hunter,
37.
nice look at this.
You know we here for that money. We here to play ball, but the ball is full of money. If I show you, the NBA gonna trip. So lead and blah, blah, blah. Make sure you guys get the channel. And what's the next? That's the early acts. That's the full episode. Rap stories, blah, blah, and support Project Transition.org. Let's go. We're not done with these videos. Draymond Green got into it. Man, everybody already knows it. You know, we go to police got body cams. We go to player grab the mics and the body cams. Speak on it, on me.
And no doubt, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does break. That's the elbow, Hunter. With it. Now guarded by Ball. It's Robinson, high post.
I thought that was interesting. I know the full story now, but in real time, I thought that was interesting. I said, wait, my hit dogs holler. You ain't no one, so all the disrespect. I hear you. Somebody call you a woman and you a man, you got to stand up for yours. But do you really? It's 18,000 people there, or whatever the hell the capacity is. And I know it wasn't capacity, it was half capacity. But the point is, even if it's 9,000 people calling me a woman, I can make $9 million tonight alone playing basketball. You think I'm really tripping?
You ain't get the full quarter and start wetting the ball.
Natural court sense. He knows exactly where to be.
And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout here. He knows every possession is critical.
Now I'm really sitting there like,
Hey,
shit.
Association continues back. Well, it might become Tuesday night. LeBron practice was elected Monday for the first time since last season's playoffs. He's been held out there for several games with sciatica, which has been affecting his whole back from the right side of his body. And he's officially listed as questionable, but there's a
Now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, over the break, I did listen in on Kenny Atkinson's huddle. He encouraged them to keep on the pressure, saying, you guys are forcing a lot of turnovers, and it's because you're communicating and working together as a unit. Keep it up. Defense is clearly a priority.
We appreciate it, Allie. Thank you. Now, Town. It's stolen by Allen.
That's the most important thing.
Here's Mobley.
Mitchell
outside.
Now Mobley. It went up and pulled it down. Mobley soaring.
Brunson off the dribble. Robinson's shot is good.
And you want him taking big shots in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, with him, he's dangerous because he's so confident. He wants to deliver in these moments.
Mitchell. Robinson there for the rebound. Mobley there for the rebound. The Cavaliers leading 5-5. It's going to be over and back.
Scary ass. We're going to give me the game.
So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Brunson, right side.
Well, you love their execution to get back in it. This game's very much in reach
That is his first foul of the game.
to his teammates, and he can do everything on the basketball court. So he was like, all right, they're not doing this well. But they're not participating the proper way in their defensive slot heights here. And the computer is working. And so he's going to come back now and hit, I think, exactly what he needs to hit. And it's also kind of jarring to think that way because he's going to play 35 minutes. So he's also going to do a lot of stuff that he's always done. And so while on one hand, Allie, that's going to take time, on the other, nobody is going to be better able to enter a team and not disrupt it while still doing so much.
Will retain possession.
Well, that's just a careless pass.
You get your
He's
thoughts
lucky
on
that was
expecting
just
him to return
deflected
tomorrow
and not
against the Utah
picked
Jazz.
off.
So I'll start with you on this. Do you expect to see enough of
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
That's right. No other
Team right now
option but to
from the
foul
NBA
and
is
hope for
getting a
some
player
misses.
like this.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. And the first of two, no good.
How about Davis said, you need players today. Everyone's excited. They can do it.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to play tomorrow for sure. Obviously, it's a good sign, but the way that they do these in modern NBA is
the second one as well, so he's over to that
and
so it's Brunson with it.
And the particular nature of this week is so weird because they have to leave one game and they don't play again until the season. No suit that they were and so I can't say you can argue. This game is 2 more days of the week. This week playing the game, but Utah. So I get to see that attitude either way. Or you can actually do it in one of the minutes and go to the game tomorrow. So it's one of the things I think I just think that ultimately, what the Lakers,
that was a giant
and Mike Brown decides to call timeout.
The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. Turning here to our analysts, what factors, guys, come to your mind?
And because this much time, they have a lot of the scoring that they've been coming for. So that's the kind of
you know, if the opponent tomorrow was say Cleveland or maybe Miami or OKC or Boston, you make this a little bit more Boston, you know, it's still after the November. Come on, bro. But it's Utah. This team is not going to challenge like it's fine. They barely lost probably the best player for the season. Not like the past 7 Saturday. So actually,
come on, bro. Come on, bro. Stop talking.
This team's not going to it's not easy for LeBron to personally against his franchise. So, it's 54 he posted, maybe 73. I mean, okay, so look at some practices in
Right, he's going to play.
He was pretty heavy about doing the show. Like, so he's like, one with the practice with the big ones. And is that not going to answer the question? I think you're right. If they're not there for their team, maybe
fires. Target from outside. So it's a narrow win for the Cavaliers pulling it out. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.
Nah, nigga. You is.
If you ain't got it, bro, don't say it. Nah, don't got Apple Pay. Son. This nigga, I ain't trying to hit no store. Ah, damn, my boy.